fantastic news. It's great news. It's what we've been waiting for decades, literally decades, because we always wanted a sequel to those original 3 films. We got the prequels a few years ago, but this is what everybody's really wanted. The wider public as well, I think, always wanted to see sequels rather than prequels. So it's fantastic news all around.
Did you know it was coming, or was it a bolt out there, or a lightsaber bolt out the blue?
Nice. We had an inkling. We knew something was coming. We knew something was on the horizon. We've always wanted further episodes. 7, 8 and 9 has been a mantra for fans for years and years and years. So whilst, when we all got the call at 8 o'clock yesterday, essentially, so it kind of blew us away in that it was finally actually happening, and it's what we've always wanted. The Disney aspect, again, was another thing where fans had kind of hypothesised whether or not it would happen, because Lucas has been looking at retirement for a while now, and he is easing back from his responsibilities on a daily basis. So whilst the constituent parts of what happened yesterday weren't a surprise, actually having it confirmed and knowing it was actually going to be coming and happening was, the most pleasant surprise of all. It was fantastic.
And you Uber fans sort of you follow the comic book stories, and you kind of know what's coming. So can you give us an outline of what happens in 7, 8 and 9?
I really wish we did know what's coming. But what I can say is that what happened after Return of the Jedi, and increasingly over the years, was that the novels stitched together, along with the comics and the computer game, something that's called the Expanded Universe. So one of the big questions now is whether or not Lucas and Disney, of course, and Lucasfilm are going to hold true to that Expanded Universe storyline that happened after Return of the Jedi. The question is, how far are they going to jump ahead from where those original films were? Are they going to jump 40 years ahead? Are they going to jump further?
Yeah, because presumably those stories that have emerged since, whilst maybe licensed by George Lucas, and he may have given his consent to them, they're not his creation, are they necessarily?
No, I mean, he sees everything, he's aware of everything, he's involved in the Clone Wars TV show. That's as near to canon, as they call it, as you're going to get. Yeah. And he's a comic fan. He used to own a comic shop in the 70s, so, he loves the comics. But I mean, if they decide they want to just ignore a big storyline that was in the comics or one of the novels, they'll do it. They've done it in the TV show, so they will do that.
And are you not worried about the Disney thing? Are you not worried that there's going to be like a slightly cutesy element to it?
There's been a goofy, cutesy element to Star Wars all the way through. You're sure you're going to see overlaps of Star Wars into other things. But really, if you look back, we've had Star Wars Family Guy, we've had Star Wars Robot Chicken, we've got Star Wars Angry Birds coming out next month. There's a new Star Wars TV show called Detours that's going to launch fairly soon. That's a Star Wars animated comedy show. So, Star Wars is very much part of pop culture anyway, overlaps won't hurt it.
As long as they don't burst into song.
That would be, well, it's happened. If you've ever seen the Star Wars Holiday Special, Princess Leia actually does sing song, and it's one of the most horrendous things you'll ever hear.
And just imagine Vader going, "I am what I am."
I'd like to see that.
That would work, wouldn't it? Yeah. And there are rumours that some of the original actors, and when I say original, I mean from the 4, 5, and 6, the first 3, they're going to be in it. Is that a goer?
Lots of rumours. The big thing that fandom has always remembered was that Mark Hamill had said years ago that he was actually signed up for 4 movies and that George owes him a movie. And when they were making the original Star Wars, Lucas had said to Mark Hamill, "I want you to come back in about 2012 as an old man, like Alec Guinness had done in the original, to be a wise old mentor character."
Oh, right.
Here we are, 2015, it's only around the corner. Hamill will be 63, the same age as Alec Guinness when he made Star Wars. It's all kind of coming together just as Lucas said it would back in the 70s.
I wonder if they managed to find him in the doorway of Bargain Booze there, or Mark Hamill. He's had a rough old time, hasn't he? This will be literally his 4th acting role.
Well, no, that's a common misconception. Hamill has actually done really, really well. He's the voice of the Joker in the Batman animated series, so he's become a very well-respected and sought-after voiceover artist. So that's because obviously Harrison Ford eclipsed everyone. His career just went to the roof with Raiders and Blade Runner and all that. And Carrie Fisher did what Carrie Fisher did, became a successful writer. But Mark was a lot more low-key, did a lot of stuff on Broadway. So, it's a bit of a misconception that he hit rough times. He's done well, and he comes and turns up at the conventions, and he's one of the most popular guests. He's a great guy.
Great. And I worry, my only problem with this, Mark, and I don't know where you stand as a mega fan on the kind of newer versions of the films, but I thought they made a terrible hash of them. The later ones. There's
mixed reaction. Yeah, they're so different. They're so different. I mean, those original films were made in the 70s. They have that 70s aesthetic and the way that they're filmed and the way that they're shot, and especially the way that they're edited.
Yeah.
Whereas the new films, Lucas had a lot more tools to hand.
And boy, did he use them.
He certainly did, and whether you think he succeeded or failed, I guess money talks, and the last film made 850 million at the box office. Episode 1 made 900 plus. They're massive financial successes. Not that they're there to sell toys, but just it's a business after all, and that's why Disney bought Lucasfilm. So it works and it perpetuates, and it's going to go on for a long time. They're talking about 3 films now. The first one is confirmed for 2015, but they're looking ahead. That Disney want to do a film every 2 or 3 years, and there's TV shows and other spin-offs that they're looking at. So a lot's coming. A lot is coming. Yeah.